All right, hello everyone. It's me again. I'm Lauren, and I wanted to talk about being a punk, or what does it mean to be a punk, punk culture, and things like that. I got some Billy gameplay in the background. How ironic that the punk rocker of NYC, the Big Apple, is on your screen while I talk about this shit now. So because I want to talk about being a punk, I need to be more spontaneous. I do try to read off a script in the videos I make, but I feel like I do a lot better when I just kind of freeform and talk and not really give a about what's going on. So, yeah. But you do know one thing I do give a about is whether or not the video does get out to you guys. So I might bleep out a couple of me saying like fuck or whatever at the beginning of the video because I'm gonna be like, actually, you can't curse on our platform, even though you can, look at videos of guns and look at Family Guy clips and those clips and. But if you're not sponsored by us, you can't really do anything too crazy or outlandish on our platform because, even though we don't pay you to be here, we don't pay you to be here on our platform, we still want you to be family friendly, dumbass. That's so stupid. But anyway, what does it mean to be a punk? I have my very own definition of being a punk. I feel like it means to like go against the grain. You're listening to underground music. You like counterculture stuff. You don't like normal people shit. What's normal people shit? I don't know what everyone else likes. If you like pop music, you're probably not a punk rocker. Okay, you can probably look at some parts of pop and probably find some punk things in there, but the percentage of punk stuff in pop culture is very little to none, or it's just parodying it. It's just poser shit. I feel like the most important aspect of being a punk, speaking of posers, the most important aspect of being a punk is not being a poser. And how can we not be a poser? Well, we could stand up to authority. We could voice our own opinions. We can not be afraid to express ourselves in this age of conditioning, in this age of fear, in this age of like you gotta fit in or like you won't get a spot. You won't get your spot in the magical Babylon of the new age of the new world if you don't fucking fit in. You can't stand out or the government enforcers are gonna come to your house and skull fuck you. Okay. So you gotta go against the grain. You can't be afraid to be yourself. I feel like that's what being punk really is, because some people can call themselves a punk, but when it comes down to really talking about some of the hard nitty gritty topics of the ugliness of the world, people are like, oh, I don't want to talk about this because it's too controversial. Well, nigga, you're a punk ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I think being a punk is like, you're not a pushover when it comes to your ideas. Being punk and acting punk are two different things. Like I can act like a punk all I want, but I don't think I'm a punk because, I don't go out to stuff. I'm a shut-in, okay? You can't be a punk if you're like a shut-in. You can like have some punk attributes of your life. Like you can express yourself artistically and things like that. You can start a podcast. But if you're not going out in the streets, like the most punk thing you can do is go and protest. The most punk thing you can do is save someone's life. The most punk thing you can do is like go out into the real metaphysical world and try to tell people the gospels of individuality and standing up for yourself, standing up for human rights, standing up for your neighbor's rights. Okay? And being punk is not like a one-way trip to anarchy, because when people talk about anarchy, they instantly start thinking about, oh, niggas want to get naked and get piercings and fuck anybody on the street, and it's gonna be a bad world. It's gonna be like Apocalypse Now. Like it's basically gonna be the end of the world. Okay, no, just because you're a punk, just because I like to treat trans people with respect, or think that everybody has their own place in this life and everybody should have a good life together, doesn't mean I'm a fucking anarchist It's just that I don't think that the current systems that are in place right now are enabling this idea in my head, and every single direction that I look in my punk point of view points to the fact that I'm crazy. But that's the thing. They want you to think you're crazy. So it's your job to not be crazy, to not actually know, to know that you're not wrong. You're not crazy, bro. Everyone else around you is. Okay? So, you know, that's why a character like Billy doesn't feel like a poser. Billy's not a poser, bro. Like, look at him. Look at his design. Look at him. He literally is inhuman. He's the opposite of what because humanity cannibalizes itself. I feel like humanity is obsessed with giving itself rule. And, you know, being an animal or a party animal, or turning into an animal at night, or having some sort of other humanly thing about you is very punk, because it's like, oh, you know, he's just different. He's him. He's the goat. I see the goat. But yeah, you should really listen to Billy when he speaks. You know, when Billy speaks, he sounds like this older brother. He sounds like a mom telling you to go wash the dishes. Okay, he's got that certain tone to him that makes him feel like you should really be listening to what the fuck he's saying. And that's one of the things that really resonates me with being a punk. I feel like an attribute of being a punk is that you have to be a voice of many. If you see any montages to that one song, let me get the actual name of the song. Okay, it's called Punk Rocker by Teddy Bears, and some of you will know that song by it being in that new Superman movie that came out in late 2025 that everybody fucking loved. And it had that punk rocker song, because I'm a punk rocker, yes I am. It had that in there. And why was that important? It's because Superman is like an everybody hero. He cares about everybody. He cares about every single injustice. And to care about every single injustice, you have to speak to the lowest of the low and speak to the highest of the highs at the same time. So when you hear someone who has like that punk attitude, they really don't care about being super proper to the point to where no one can fucking understand them. They want their message to be heard. They want to be friendly to all and accessible to all. So yeah, I mean, like, think of Billy. I mean, a perfect example of what being punk is. This is when Billy starts talking about the OSIC. And if you're a real Deadlock head, you know that the OSIC is this super secrety, like, you know, shadowy corporation. You know, let me go look this up. Okay, so, all right, it's exactly what I thought it was, but I just wanted to sit here and make sure. So the OSIC is the Occult Security and Investigation Commission. If I say it's wrong, whatever, it's because I'm looking at the wiki or whatever. But basically, if Hayes works for even if you don't know who the OSIC, if fucking Hayes works for the OSIC, do you think they're the fucking good guys? And that's one of the points that I want to bring up here. This is something that Billy says. This is a quote that Billy says. It's like,
if you think the OSIC are the good guys, bro, you gotta wake up and take a look around. Regulation is just a $3 word for hoarding, which is just a $2 word for controlling, which is just a $1 word for asshole.
okay, so the OSIC are not the fucking good guys because they want to control, they want to have regulation, they want to hoard all the power, they want to do the ritual to control you, the man. And guess what? They're the assholes. And guess what? They want you to think that I, Billy, us, the inner punk rockers in us, are the assholes for thinking that authority, hoarding, and controlling all of us is bad. Okay? If the government is going to hire a literal fucking shadow ninja to complete a ritual to hold that can like summon a fucking, what are they fucking called again? To summon a shit. What are they called? Patron. To summon a patron to give you a fucking wish like the Dragon Balls, nigga. Do you think they're the good guys? No, bruh. Billy is a good representation of a punk rocker because, like, in every single situation that you see him in, he's saying, like, cops are fucking bad. He's very doubtful of every single person's, like, motivations to complete the ritual. Like, that's the one thing, that's the way they kind of, like, that's why the struggle in Deadlock feels so real, because like everybody has their own wants and needs, and Billy, it seems to be the only character in the game that is like, okay, if you're if you're part of the ritual just for some authoritarian reason or some personal gain, fuck you, bro. I actually want the world to be a better place for everyone. You know, I think that everybody should actually be looking to improve people's lives with the ritual, not just do it for some fucking corporate gain or some corporate greed or something like that. So yeah, he's doubtful, but still he's still cautious. He's still conscious. And that's the one thing about being a true punk is you have to be fucking conscious. You have to stay up to date. That's what makes you not a poser. Let's go back to what I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it's all coming back. Okay? About not being a poser. You're a poser if you're not conscious. If you're not paying attention to the news, if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world, injustices going on around you, you know, people being, you know, genocided, civil unrest, racism, things like that. You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking poser, bruh. How can you say you actually care about your fellow man? You care about people around you if you don't even care to fucking know about like what's going on. You're not staying in the mix. And one way you can stay in the mix is by supporting the future, supporting the next group of young minds that are coming into the world to feed the new world with life and art and flair. And that's kind of what's reflected in one amazing attribute of what being punk is to me, is that when I think of punkness, I think of like, wow, I would never think of doing that. Like, I would never think to, like, you talk to someone that's like, oh, how did you think of coming up with this fashion trend? Or how did you think of sewing this onto your jacket? You know, how'd you get this tattoo? What does this mean to you? Things like that. People who are prude, people who are really conservative, people who really want to, you know, just keep life as boring as fucking possible, they're never going to ask those questions and like legitimately listen. They'll ask you that question, but they'll be like, oh, okay. They'll just think you did it just because you're fucking stupid. They just think that, oh, if I don't understand the things that all these younger kids are into nowadays, and then all hope is lost in the world, and there's no real hope for our youth nowadays. No, that's not actually how things work, dude. Okay, we're not gonna have anything to listen on the fucking radio. We're not gonna have any new genres of music if you guys keep fucking wanting to like outcast people. If we keep wanting to basically be like, oh, the things that I liked when I was younger, that's the only thing that could possibly be cool. So that's why it's important to like stay involved in the underground, stay having that new perspective, stay wanting to breathe new life into your perspective and things. Because a progressive point of view is a point of view that is good for everyone. Because if you're trying to be proactively inclusive for everyone, then you guarantee a future where, oh, there's a lot less suffering because more people's needs are being met. Like, you talk to people who are punk, you know, they talk about, I may listen to loud music, I may listen to radical points of views, but at least I fucking go work at a soup kitchen every fucking weekend. Or at least I treat people with fucking respect. At least I'm gonna open the fucking door for you and I'm gonna tell you have a good day, pussy. You know, you're not gonna just walk past me and not fucking say nothing to me, bro. We're gonna communicate. Because, you know, that shit can't just be going on forever. We can't, when people grow apart and people are separate and let governments and things take over, everyone's life is fucking miserable. All right, even if your super authoritarian government is doing everything that you like, you're still fucking pissed off about something. Like, when have you ever sat there to think like, man, even if you have this stupid ass, like, and I fucking hate talking in the point of Democrat, Republic, whatever. Most of your politicians or people, they're gonna want to get you mad about something that you really don't even need to be spending the time to be mad about. That's the thing. Most of the shit that gets debated it gets debated or it has to be passed in a bill is something that shouldn't even be fucking argued about. But moving on from that, you know, what Billy said is true. You know, regulation is hoarding. You know, people in power just want to have everything at their disposal. And you know, that's just a $2 word for controlling. And they want to control how you think. They want to control how you feel. They want to control every aspect of our lives. He's speaking the truth. You know, and you know, which is just a $1 word for asshole. You know, are they the assholes? Are they the assholes? You know, am I supposed to feel like I'm the asshole for thinking that way? I always feel like punks are labeled for being the asshole. You know, they're always under the moniker of like the rebellious teen who points out everything wrong with the world. You know, the kid who gets told to shut your mouth at dinner. You know, you're drinking too much alcohol. You're playing that music too damn loud, you're grounded. You go experience this once in a lifetime thing to bond with people, up, you're grounded. You went against my rule. No person in this household is gonna want to think these radical ideas. You know, when you grow up and all these things get more and more taboo by the minute, and then the years go by, like, you know, like, video games are still violent. You know, like, music on the radio is still gonna have sex in it. They're gonna talk about their girlfriend. They're gonna talk about, even if you turn on some country music, the guy's gonna talk about how he went to a bar and wants to die because the cowgirl who lives 2 blocks down the road and there's nobody else in his small town broke up with him. Yeah, he's living a lonely life, bruh. You know, being punk is truly about being the voice in the dark that stands up against upholding force. You know, that thing that wants to like keep everybody lame. So, like, you know, whenever I picture someone who's like a punk rocker, I don't picture someone who's like a lame dickhead. I don't picture it as someone who like wants to spend their money to look cool. When you usually sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with someone who is actually like into being a punk or is anti-establishment, they usually have really intelligent things to say and a really interesting and intricate point of view on things like, you know, how the world should be. They really go the extra mile, to point out injustice in the world. It feels like, you know, punks will always sit there and find a way to point out the wrongdoings of an authoritarian government by any means possible. You know, no matter how hard people will bootlick and shove politics down your throat, they'll still sit there and be like, I'm going to be labeled as the bad guy for all of eternity, forever, because it's fucking worth it. It's worth it to fucking hoot and holler. Like, it's okay to yell. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be like, the way things are going right now make me feel uncomfortable. It's really about speaking up and finding your inner voice. So it's really just a beautiful thing. When you come to think about it, it's really a beautiful thing. Punkness kind of just encompasses everything. Like, to me, that's why I'm having like a hard time finding a good way to make all of this sort of cohesive for everyone to understand or express my real thoughts. Because I think it's punk. Like, some things I think that are punk is like, you know, some people would say even like, you know, going around to even being in like popular. I don't think you can be popular and be a punk though, because you getting a little bit of money on. Like, there becomes that point of like, and that's why bands are like short-lived. Like, rock bands, they come and go because you got to be the voice of the youth, and then after a while you get corrupted by the money, and then everybody starts doing cocaine, and then all the lyrics change from like actually being anti-authority and like the government needs to change its politics to like, we need to hold hands and I need to fuck more women. Like, come on, guys. This is like the worst shit ever. Like, boo, bye, get the fuck off the stage, nigga. I don't know. I do. I'm not gonna sit here. I'll lie to you all day and be like, yeah, this is so self-righteous. But I mean, I am gonna listen to like a song every once in a while about like getting money and drinking and having bitches. But I think the appeal of that music to me is that the people who are actually singing the songs like that, most of the time, they really don't give a fuck about having more money than someone. Like, I'm like, yeah, if I listen to a Drake song and he's talking about all that shit, it's more so of like, yeah, that's how that nigga's night went, but that nigga's still lame. Like, I still think a Drake song is, it's why I think a Drake song is lame. And I think like a what is it, Smoke Dope song is like 10 times better than anything Drake has ever fucking made. Like most underground music with a bar about getting bitches and smoking weed is 10 times harder than any celebrity getting bitches and smoking weed because they've been getting bitches and smoking weed for 20 years now with $20 million in their bank account and they have 5 fucking mansions. Like, nigga, I do not want to hear a nigga with 5 mansions talk about money because it doesn't mean anything to them. But when I hear a little fucking white boy from the fucking suburbs who might be a little bit racist talk about how he just, you know, how he just fucking went to the gas station, shot his ops or something. Like, this nigga doesn't, like, you don't have ops, nigga. You fucking, there's a VIP smoke shop and a fucking a fucking Mexican restaurant and an Indian restaurant, like in a strip mall where you live, and you live in a cul-de-sac, and you're still living like off of your parents. Like your parents sent you to college, and you had like a good education, nigga. So like it's just two different worlds, but. One nigga's hard and one nigga's corny, and the nigga who's corny is always the nigga with the most money who's a fucking poser. I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles, bro. I'm sorry. That's just all that's what I gotta tell you, bro. That's how the cookie crumbles. So yeah. That's my perspective on that when it comes to like celebrities and being punk. Um I guess like dressing frugally. If you want to be punk, don't shop at the mall. Go to Goodwill. Go to a thrift store. Recycle. Be resourceful. We spend a lot of our trash and waste is so unnecessary. A lot of things in human life were created for us to keep consuming and buying. Everything's so trendy. So actually being anti-trends, being anti-consumer is better for the world, and that's why being punk is like super cool because in a way you're helping the world out in some kind of way, and you're still having fun at the same time and exploring artistic things, like you're looking back in history. It's like wow, this is some clothes that another person wore, and that's why it feels good, because it's like when you buy something new, it's like, oh, I don't want to go buy clothes from a thrift store, because like stuff that I heard when I was growing up was like, oh, you go buy something at a thrift store, it's gonna have bed bugs and it's gonna have roaches and shit. Like, okay, yeah, if you go to a hole in the wall in the middle of nowhere and go pick up a shirt out of a bin that you found in the trash, yeah, nigga, it's gonna be dirty and moldy, you fucking stupid fuck. But like, yeah, recycling clothes and wearing something else someone else wore, it feels like you're not viewing other humans as dirty. And when you're not viewing other human beings as dirty, nasty animals, like how the government wants you to think everyone is a dirty, nasty animal, just see like, okay, if you think someone's a nasty animal, like, okay, if I'm an animal, then I'm a goat, I'm a fucking hippopotamus, I'm a giraffe, I'm a fucking cat, bro. I'm meow meow meow. It doesn't matter. That's why I think it's weird when people say they're a punk or people say they're like open-minded, and then like a furry walks past them and they're like, "Oh my god, this person's a pedophile and is weird, and oh, if you're a furry, you're a fucking freak." Like, nigga, you want to be all the people who think they're cool or want to be cool and shit, and they walk past a furry and look at them and they're like, oh, I would like, I've heard people say they want to kill a furry, they want to shoot a furry, bro. I'm just like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, shut the hell up. Nobody's falling for that, okay, bro? You should not have a problem with these people. You should not have a problem with anything, bro. Everybody can be anything they want. I'm just yapping. I'm going on. I'm losing my mind. I don't know. What do you think, man? You know, what's the most punk thing you could do? I feel like at some point in human history, we'll reach a point where we'll have the last group of people who are actually anti-establishment, and everybody will just be a mindless drone who will be running on their hamster wheel for looking for another little fucking treat, looking for the next carrot on the stick. You know, I think we should never be truly satisfied with the person in charge. And it's like, it's not a bad bitchy thing. It's not a bad thing. Dude, you don't need to go to fucking college to have a fucking opinion about something if you can understand it. If you can understand how something is hurting someone else, if you're able to point out right and wrong, you don't need a fucking piece of paper to open your mouth and speak up and be like, hey, the people who are in charge of us are doing their fucking job wrong. And that's why being punk and having that attitude and having that open-mindedness to see everything how it is necessary, because the voices from the bottom make the leadership and everything, you know, better. Like, you can change a lot of things by just opening your mouth and talking. Even if what you're talking about doesn't make sense in the moment, motherfucker, talk. Like, damn. I don't know, it took me so long. It took me forever to open my mouth and talk. And someone told me something there. I don't know. I think I'm not remembering this comment correctly. My friends told me not to really like pay attention to comments, which is good advice because you don't want to lose what makes you you. Like, I feel like sometimes when I look at comments and stuff, I get out of my character a little bit. And some evil ass niggas in the world think if they can get you out of their character, it means something. No, nigga, you just a manipulative ass hoe. That's all that you are, a pussy. But someone was like, well, maybe this thing isn't for you, or maybe this thing isn't for you, or they're trying to see themselves in me. Let me see if I can look this shit up real quick. I got time. Hold on. Let me look at this shit. Cross it off on the bingo card, guys. Like, Lauren's looking at a fucking comment that upset him. Yeah, I am, because it's like... I don't know, it's like easy. It's easy as fuck. Is it in this video? There's some nigga telling me I have clinical depression. It's not this video. Most relatable video on the internet, I feel your pain. I'm saying that out loud because I want niggas to think I'm popular. I thought of an idea, like, at the end of my videos, I should, like, fucking start, like, reading the comments or whatever, or things like that. I was like, yeah, I probably should do that. Oh, shit. Okay. Sleeping, napping, dreaming. Thank you for making these videos, sweet soul. Worst kind of dream. It's not this video. Where the fuck is it? Is it in this one? I really want to find this comment. I'm so sorry. It's taken me so long. First step to class awakening. Yes, bro. Like, actually, I agree with that so much, but I can't, like, respond to everything. Oh my god, interesting video, thank you. You are a Chad, nigga. Oh my god, I'm not a Chad. Please just push up yellow, nigga. Alright, bruh. The coach and me, the video's already posted and someone's telling me to push a lane. Like, nigga, you're stupid. Holy shit. Making me fucking laugh, dude. Where's the comment? I hope they didn't delete it or anything. I'm so sorry if they did delete it, but It was basically someone saying like, it was basically saying like something along the lines of, you know, maybe this YouTube shit isn't for you. And I was basically saying like, you know, you aren't me, bruh. Like you're not me. So why the fuck are you telling me, like, you don't know me? They're like, maybe this YouTube stuff isn't for you. And I was like, I wanted to do this ever since I was young and never did it. Or no one believed in me. No one ever took me seriously. Like most of the time, most other human beings like don't take you fucking seriously when you're saying something. So that's why you gotta fucking do it. Like the most punk thing you can do is actually just doing something. Be like not doing anything, fucking sitting around waiting for something to happen like a little punk bitch. You know? That's the worst fucking thing you can do. You gotta be the fucking catalyst. You gotta be chaotic. You gotta get in there and do it. Even if you don't do it right, start doing it now. That's one message I got for everyone. Even if you can't fucking do it right, bro, do it fuck now. Cause if you don't do it, nobody fucking will. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is my video, bitch. I'm gonna keep reading through my comments. Let's respond to people's comments. Because I'm looking at this recording on the screen and I'm trying to make sure it goes and goes. We'll do the outro too. Okay, I mean, I'll go like, okay, guys. Have a good one, I guess. I guess the video's fucking over. Well, I don't know. I'll just read off some comments just in case I have that extra. A little bit of extra in here. Let's see. I wish YouTube. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, some bitch ass nigga talking about the irony of saying this while consuming and entertaining a $1 billion company. Nigga, you're stupid. It's literally impossible to spend money on this game. This nigga's dumb. I'm not gonna lie, Twin is flaming this nigga's ass in my comments for me. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Thank you, Twin. Yeah, but you can spend time. Nigga, no. Yeah, but get your ass. Nah, yeah, but. If you start, dude, if you say something like you're participating in it, nigga, I gotta live. That's like sitting there being like, okay. Another thing that niggas, another like anti-punk thing people say is like, you can't be punk and still be participating in society. You need to just go outside and go get naked. No, nigga, I just want things to be fucking better for us, you fucking stupid fuck. I don't want the world to be fucking The Purge, you dumb shit. I don't want to fucking have a life where it's like, oh yeah, everybody just goes around and fucks each other up all the time. Cause that's must be what some of you niggas want. That must be what some of you stupid ass niggas want, bruh. I swear to fucking God. Like, nigga, just because you don't want niggas to prove it by not participating or something like that, it's not gonna really fucking do anything. Because the people who control everything, even if he's like, you're playing a game made by $1 million corporation, nigga, so what? That's the way things are right now. You can't even make anything off the game. Shit, I'm trying to. When I make a fucking video, Valve doesn't contact me and say, hey, nigga, you don't have the rights to fucking make a video about our fucking game. But anytime I put some bitch ass music in my fucking shit, oh, I get copyright strikes. Anytime I talk bad about fucking stupid ass fucking Epstein, stupid Israel, or whatever the fuck is going on, if I'm anti-war, if I'm anti-fucking Trump, if I'm anti-fucking stupid ass shit happening in my world, yeah, every time that happens, oh, demonetize. Yourself, nigga. Yourself, nigga. With no money, you will die. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Who gives a shit? You dumbass nigga. Ugh. Some of you niggas is disgusting. And that's another thing. You don't really care. You niggas who say talk shit like that, you don't really care about anything actually happening because you're commenting on my video. You're commenting on my video that's actually like you would never actually some of you niggas would never actually fucking make a video being anti-establishment. Some of you niggas would be so scared to even talk shit about your own family members that you would have problems with. Some of you niggas wouldn't even fucking speak up if someone actually accidentally brought you the wrong fucking order at a fucking restaurant. You dumbass nigga. Shut your chud ass up. Keep commenting on my videos, please. But at the same time, nigga, watch your tone, okay? We trying to keep shit nice and cordial. We trying to have a gang in here. We not trying to have stupid ass debates, nigga. That shit doesn't need to be debated. Why are you playing a video game? You sound like an old ass nigga. You sound like a nigga that's 40 years old, 50 years old, hate their life and hate young people, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's probably the worst. We're gonna have a segment called like worst comment of the fucking week and name it after this nigga, bro. Come on.